Hello everyone. I've been wanting to do a channel intro for a long time now. I've done a lot of recording, but officially wanted to do an intro. I wanted to tell you about myself and why I feel the urgency to create this channel, to share information, to share my journey. The reasons are manifold. I hopefully can explain to you over the course of time why I really want to share what's on my mind with you, and I believe that it will benefit many of you out there. I don't have any real background, I don't have any extensive experience and knowledge in this, but I have learned a lot in the short period of time, and I really want to share what I've learned, and also maybe even share my mistakes and all the things that I am doing on this journey. One of the reasons why I feel the urgency to make this video is because I want to explain what I'm going through. During the 3 months that Azura was sick, I wasn't getting much, rest because I was caring for her medical needs all throughout the night at times, and still trying to work at the same time. And I lost 20 pounds. I lost 20 pounds in just 3 months. Just to give you a picture of how extreme it was. During that time, I noticed I was having some mental issues. It was minor, but it was definitely remarkable. I would try to be, teaching, speaking to my students, and trying to get this word out that was at the front of my mind, but then a different word would come out, or just struggling to think of the word, or I would just blurt out a word and I realized it was exactly opposite to what I had meant to say, but I would realize it right after I heard it. So that was happening a lot just during the 3 months Azura was sick. And after she passed away, I experienced a lot of more signs, I had that sick feeling where you just feel sick to your stomach. I really didn't want to eat for many days. I had stomach problems. I think I had sympathy pains where I was having diarrhea. I, was having stomach aches. My insides were gurgling a lot, like Azura's did. I think it was just stomach, upper abdomen, lower abdomen, small intestine, large intestine, bowel problems. I also had this cough. I forgot to tell you about that. During the 3 months Azura was sick, I developed this cough and congestion. I wasn't sick in a contagious way, but I had that for a long time during those 3 months as well. And it took probably a good 2 weeks, 3 weeks for that cough to go away, even though I was getting a lot of sleep after Azura passed away. I was having headaches. I was having later on a lot of chest pressure. It wasn't pain or sharp pain, but it was a lot of dull pressure. That's, I think, a grieving symptom. The stomach aches, upper stomach, lower stomach, those are all grieving symptoms. I had that for a long time, many weeks. And I had a hard time eating to the point where I had to distract myself. So I would put on a show, watch YouTube, call a friend, and eat while I was talking to somebody else or watching something. Otherwise, I just couldn't choke the food down. Even now, I still have headaches. I still am having a lot of dehydration and dehydration headaches because I was crying so much. I cried so much. My eyes were puffy every day. I looked horrible. Even now, I don't wear any makeup. I don't wear my contacts because at any time I could cry, again. So haven't had any desire to wear any makeup since December. That's when Azura got very sick. I just didn't have time to at the time, and now I have no motivation to. I haven't cooked, like not really cooked for, a long time. Part of that is the depression because I cooked for Azura, so much, and I enjoyed it so much. Azura loved it. She would run around getting excited, sniffing the air, running down, like this wall, that wall, and making, going around a circuit that she would, create, smelling the, wonderful aromas in the air. And then she couldn't eat, in the end. So cooking for me is a bit traumatizing now. And so I couldn't cook, and I had no desire to cook either. And when truly I actually love cooking, I do cook a lot from scratch. I love baking. I love so many things in the kitchen. And here we are, 3.5 months after her death, and I still can't bring myself to really cook. I cook to survive, I make quick things, but I really just still can't cook. There are a number of grocery stores that I went to with Azura. I haven't been back to them yet. I've been back to some, but slowly, I'm facing them again. New York City, I haven't gone back because it was one of our favorite places to go on day trips. It's a process, So I am experiencing a lot of internal physical symptoms that people cannot see. The ones who really know me, my students' families and everything, they might pick up on some things, but I don't want to be a wet blanket to them, so I do try to show them my best side. But in the beginning, I really didn't care, and because I know they do care about me, I was myself. I was myself. I cried. I told them I'm not okay. I shared, with them what happened with Azura. Many of them really grew to love her and care about her. But as time goes by, I'm trying to be stronger, and at least in front of them at home, I'm myself. Around my closest circle of friends and loved ones, I'm myself. But anyway, I have a hard time keeping my train of thought, while I'm talking and sharing stories. I forget where I am. This never used to happen. It happens a little bit to everybody, and I did experience it a little bit, but never to this extent. I feel like just a whole chunk of my bowels, my side is missing. When Azura died, truly a part of me died with her and went away with her. And so I'm talking about this because I've seen it happen with my friends. Many of my friends have been severely abused, even way back in their childhood, and they've gone through traumatic events, even though they might not seem that traumatic, or they're not related to death, but it's an important event. And I've seen their memories get impacted. They're not as good at remembering things. They're not as good at, focusing. They're very distracted. They're losing their train of thought. So I've seen this in people I know, and now I'm experiencing it myself. Some people have major, anger management issues. That's another side, effect of PTSD. So it doesn't matter, how great or small. when you go through big life events, whether they look big or not on the surface, it's the effect it has on you inwardly that matters. And so I just wish, back in the old days, people would mourn and wear black, or they'd wear a black band on their arm, or they would wear black for a period, and then they would wear mauve for a period and then transition out of it. I do wish we kept that custom up, because it would help people to know, and it would help me to know that people knew I was not well, and I was grieving, because on the outside I look fine, I look normal, but on the inside I'm a mess, and so when I have a hard time, just doing sometimes, just routine mental processes, it's nice if people know, that why it's happening and what I'm going through.